Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is Crooked Stave's Colorado Wild Sage Brett Saison, brewed with sage and lemongrass. I've actually never had this beer before. I believe it is primary Brett fermentation and then mixed culture afterwards. Crooked Stave does some awesome beers, 7.2%, and also, that's cool. That's a mess. We'll figure that out. So watch out when you open up this can. It's a fizzy can. What are you going to say? I don't think we've done that on camera before. Now beer all over myself. Beer comes in a light to medium gold color. Medium haze on there. Very pretty beer. Large white bubbled head. And we're just playing along. We're just going along with the video. Smells awesome. The Brett they use, actually, Chad Jacobson, I guess a brewmaster, actually wrote like a dissertation about wild yeast Brettanomyces, and it's a whole long, like, very scientific, geeky, technical thing. If you want to read about it, way too long. I try to like read the beginning and end of it. You can just get a little hint of it, but it is very in depth. If you want to learn more about Brettanomyces, I probably don't recommend that. Check out Milk the Funk, which is actually a really great website, sort of a Wikipedia for some beer information, but. Yeah, you get this fresh lemongrass note. You get that savory sage, that minty sage thing going on. A little bit of the Brett coming in, which is that kind of, they use a strain, I believe it's Brett Trois, or what other strain they use? Pineapple-y and a little fruity and exciting. Smells great, cheers. Nice Saison. First impression, this beer is very herbally and then also beautifully dry. Exactly what you want from Saison. You don't want it sweet, you want it highly carbonated, you want it dry, you want it crisp. But then it has a little bit of rustic feel to it. It is quite American in the sense that it is, the Brett is a quite fruity strain again. It has a little bit of this kind of like pineapple-y, tropical fruit flavor in there. But that's balanced out by that minty, savory sage thing, along with that like bright lemongrass thing. Malt is a little bit doughy and a little bit doughy and a little bit leaning towards a little bit of kind of like sweet biscuit thing in there, because there's some sweetness in there, because that really plays well with that Brettanomyces fruity notes that I was talking about. Wonderfully dry, a little bit of hop bitterness driving on the back end. Very nice beer, absolutely delicious. What do they say on here? Tart, fragrant, savory, rustic. Rustic for sure. Tart, a little bit. The bread is dried out the beer, but I wouldn't say it's really a tart beer. I'd say it's mostly leans on Saison, probably a little lower pH than most of your standard Saisons, but definitely fragrant, definitely savory, definitely rustic. So great adjectives that they're using on this beer. It's nice. I like it. I think it plays with a well integrated lemongrass sage thing. Again, these farmhouse beers generally or sometimes have extra ingredients in them, and this one does a good job with it. But what's important is that the base beer does a great job with that beautiful carbonation, a little bit of malt in there, beautiful dry quality, some rustic. I'm getting some hay in there now, playing with that malt character. Delicious beer. This is a great beer. The one thing I will say, though, is that the herbaceousness and the savory qualities can be a little bit much. This would be a great pairing beer. Just thinking about this right now, man, this would be good. I'm just thinking about playing sage on sage. I make a delicious Thanksgiving sage, rustic bread, cranberry apple stuffing. Throw that in there. Oh, roasted chicken. Play with more herbs. Have the sage throw in here, and then have like a rosemary, roasted chicken. Or something like that. And then also you can play a little bit more with some more herb character. So then something like a lamb, get something Greek in here, a heavily spiced lamb, some tzatziki, and have that sage playing here. This is just food beer, really. So talking about the can, it's not a can I'd necessarily go can after for, but this would be a great can. Split a can, have it with dinner, move on to the next one, and enjoy it. So this is absolutely delicious. This is Colorado Wild Sage, Brett Saison from Crooked Stave. This one from me is getting a 92. And maybe we'll pair some food with this. Post in comments below if you're excited to see something like that. Until next time, guys, cheers. Later.